There are a lot of different careers to choose from these days, and it can be tough to figure out which one is the right fit for you. So, is being a plumber a good career? As a plumber, your role would be to install, repair, and maintain pipes, fixtures, and other plumbing equipment. It's a physically demanding job that requires a lot of skill and training, but it can be very rewarding. On the plus side, plumbing is a very high-demand trade. There are plenty of job opportunities out there. And it's a relatively easy field to get into. You don't need a college degree, and most employers will provide on-the-job training. But for some people, plumbing can be unpleasant and dangerous work, so not everyone is cut out for it. Being a plumber can be a good career for those who enjoy hands-on work and are interested in the technical aspects of plumbing. Plumbers can get an early career start because they typically do not need to go through years of college or university. Instead, apprentice plumbers will get paid while going through the job training. There is some degree of job security since there will always be a demand for their services. Also, knowing you have helped someone with a problem they couldn't fix on their own could be quite satisfying. The downside to being a plumber is that it is physically demanding, and the work condition could be relatively less desirable. So overall, is being a plumber a good career for you? Hi, this is Trent from Real Estate Career HQ. In this video, you'll find out more about the plumbing profession. What do plumbers do? What are the skills needed? Its job outlook? So continue watching to find out more. A plumber's job is to install, repair and maintain pipes, fixtures, and other plumbing equipment. This can include anything from fixing a leaky faucet to installing a new water heater. Sometimes, plumbers also have to do maintenance work, such as checking for clogs or leaks in the system. And when there's a new construction project, plumbers will often be called in to do the installation work. Plumbers typically work in both residential and commercial settings. Residential plumbers might work for a plumbing contractor, or they could be self-employed. Commercial plumbers, on the other hand, usually work for a specific company or corporation. No matter where they work, though, plumbers typically have to do a lot of physical labor. They might be lifting heavy pipes or working in tight spaces. And because plumbing is an essential service, plumbers often have to work long hours, including nights and weekends. The career prospects for plumbers are generally good as there is always a demand for plumbing services. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, the job outlook for plumbers is projected to grow by 5% from 2020 to 2030, and there are over 410,000 plumbers nationwide. Plumbers have an average annual income of $63,350. And top-earning plumbers are making over $99,920 per year. The earning difference attributes to the type of plumber license, experience, construction activity, and geographical location. Experienced plumbers can often request higher fees and may have the opportunity to start their own businesses. A typical day of a plumber usually starts with going to different job sites. The plumbers will then assess the problem and give an estimate of how long it will take to fix it. After that, they'll get to work fixing the problem. This can involve anything from unclogging a drain to replacing a broken pipe. Once the job is done, the plumber will clean up the area and make sure everything is working properly. Plumbers often have to work long hours, including nights and weekends. This is because plumbing is an essential service, and people can't always wait until regular business hours to get their problems fixed. Imagine if your toilet was overflowing during the weekend, and you had to wait until Monday morning to get it fixed. That would be a nightmare. So plumbers need to be available when people need them. That said, not all plumbers work long hours. If you're working for a plumbing company, they could assign pre-scheduled shifts to employees. In that case, you would likely have more regular hours. But if you're self-employed and running a one-man band, your work hours really depend on the needs and urgency of your clients. There are some risks associated with being a plumber, but these can usually be avoided with proper safety precautions. For example, plumbers often have to work with sharp tools and hot water, so it's important to be careful and use the proper safety gear. Also, they might come into contact with bacteria and other germs while working on people's plumbing. This is why it's important for plumbers to wash their hands thoroughly after each job. Wearing masks and gloves can also help to protect plumbers from these risks. In addition, some chemicals used in plumbing can be dangerous if they're not handled properly. So it's important to follow the manufacturer's instructions and take necessary precautions. Plumbing can be hard on the body as plumbers often have to lift heavy pipes and other materials, and they might have to do a lot of bending, squatting, and other physical activities. This can be especially challenging when working in tight spaces such as under the kitchen or bathroom sink cabinet. To reduce the risk of injuries, plumbers need to be careful and use proper lifting techniques when handling heavy objects. They should also take breaks as needed to avoid getting too tired. In addition, plumbers typically work in both residential and commercial settings. This means they might have to deal with a wide range of people, from uncooperative customers to irate business owners. So it's important to be able to handle these situations in a calm and professional manner. In most states, you need to obtain a plumber license from the state licensing board to work as a journeyman plumber. To become licensed, you do not need a college or university degree because a high school diploma is good enough. However, you do need to complete an apprenticeship program, which typically takes 2 to 3 years to finish. During your apprenticeship, you'll receive on-the-job training from experienced plumbers as well as classroom instruction. This will give you the skills and training necessary to work in this trade. You may find the apprenticeship program through a local union, technical school, or community college. Alternatively, you can also contact the state licensing board to find an accredited program near you. Many people prefer the apprenticeship program because, unlike a traditional college or university degree, which could result in a huge pile of student debts, you could get paid while working as a plumber apprentice. After completing your apprenticeship, you'll need to pass a state licensing exam to get your journeyman plumbing license. This is to test your knowledge of plumbing code and theory. Once you have your journeyman's license, you will be able to work as a plumber for an existing plumbing company. If you wish to start your own business or hire other plumbers, you'll need to upgrade to a master or contractor license. This may require additional years of plumbing work experience, and you also need to pass the exam that is associated with the specific license. However, each state has its own license requirement. So you should check with your state licensing board. So here are just some research we've done about being a plumber. We also have a blog post which covers this career path a lot more in depth. In fact, we found out what do Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, think about being a plumber and whether being in this trade can lead one to become a millionaire. So be sure to check it out. Once again, this is Trent from Real Estate Career HQ. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll see you next time.